How do you want people to approach your story? I'm not trying to diminish what you personally went through to get back on the football field, but sometimes I think we get so caught up in the backstory, we're not just watching and go like, damn, that's a hell of a football player. You ever feel that way?
Yeah, I realized that, that me being a cancer survivor is always going to be attached to my name. But when people see me and see my story, I just want them to see a person who has a big heart, a person who is also a good football player, but just a person that wants to help others, really.
Well, you've done a lot so far. Now let's go backwards a little bit. First game back. Early this year I think Villanova was your first game back since the cancer diagnosis, since the treatment. What was it like to get on that football field?
That day was very special. I just started from the wake up and, the pregame meal, the bus ride over to the stadium. I really just took it all in. Wasn't my best day on the ground, as far as the yards and the stats, but, I don't really care about that. What I do care about is that my doctor and my family, my nurses, and I was back on the field with my teammates, and everybody was there. And it was just a special day, really, a day I'll never forget.
And then, of course, you guys had the win over Penn State, which was huge, which was emotional. You played a big part in it. But, so many guys, they say when they come back from an experience like the one you went through, hey, I'm going to appreciate the good and the bad. What was it like, for example, the Oklahoma State game, kind of the bad, losing a couple of games? How did that feel in comparison to what losing felt like in the past?
It was still really me after my first game back, after my first carry versus Villanova. I really kind of put all the emotion of me, being cancer and first game back, I put it off to the side, really. And so the loss to Oklahoma State, it was like another loss, and it hurt. We wanted to win that one. Again, we felt we could have won. And so just because, I've overcome a lot of things, and that one still hurt, and it was back to football. It's been about football at that point.
James Conner joining us in the Doug Gottlieb Show, CBS Sports Radio. All right, so you're going into Clemson, South Carolina, and look, you played at a lot of cool places. What was that environment like, though? It wasn't just that you're playing at Clemson. It was senior day, and then they had a bunch of dudes who said it was their senior day, like Deshaun Watson, because as a junior, he's going to declare for the NFL draft, which is kind of a weird situation for you guys to be in. What was it like running on the field at Death Valley?
It was definitely an experience, a great experience. They have a great environment. The fans was packed, and the music was loud, and everything was awesome. They had the balloons going and come down the hill, all that kind of stuff. And so it was a great experience. And for us to get the win there at their place on senior night, man, that's, one of the best moments of my life.
How are you guys able to I don't know, easily is the term, but it felt like fairly easily move the football? Like you guys did not, in terms of, coaches come in and they have the game plan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And you're like, all right, I'm in. But it's still in the back of your mind. You're like, all right, it's Clemson. They got some dudes there. How are you guys able to move the ball? Look, they had 630 yards of offense, but Deshaun had a bunch of turnovers. How are you guys able to move the ball so well?
Really just trusting the plan and trusting in each other. It sounds cliche, but that's the truth. Coach Canada, our offensive coordinator, does a great job throughout the whole week with really, building our confidence, and he really believes in us, and he knows what he's doing, and so we had a plan in place, and all week he was telling us, and we were telling each other, we're going to go win this game. Nobody gave us a chance. Nobody on ESPN, nobody, even, some people are, even friends and family, really, just to be honest, they're the number 2 team in the nation. And so we're not mad at them by any means, because it's to be expected. But we believed in each other and believed in a plan, and we felt we were the most physical, and we ended up winning the game. All
right, Chris Blewett had a tough start to the day, and we saw the video of Pat Narduzzi, your head coach, putting his arm around him and kissing him on the cheek. But let's just be honest, right? At halftime, you guys are ready to vote him off the island, right? Like, dude, listen, you keep missing kicks. You're gonna walk home from
take a teammate off or make him feel low about it. So we just build him up. And I gave him a hug before he went out to go kick it. I said, win a game for us, gave him a big hug. And like you said, Coach gave him a kiss. And so we put some confidence back in him. It's a 60-minute game, so he had a short-term memory, and he put it through 48 yards, and that was a special day.
But when you're lining up, where were you when he's lined up to kick the field goal? Where exactly were you?
I would just be I was by our benches. I just put my helmet down and I was kind of peeking had my right eye closed and I was speaking with my left eye. I couldn't really watch. But I was just standing up in the back, and when I went through, I just put my arms up. But then I was telling everybody, calm down. We still got 6 seconds left because,
crazy stuff happens.
Right? Win over there in Clemson. And
yeah.
They can do anything in 6 seconds. So I didn't want to celebrate too much. But, man, I felt good to see the ball go through.
I've always told people, I was a college basketball player, that the greatest sound in the world is the silence of winning on the road, right? When, like, a place is nuts, and then all of a sudden it's just you could hear a pin drop. Compare and contrast for me, if you would, the bipolar nature of the crowd, as you mentioned, the flags touching Howard's Rock, place going crazy, or even right before the field goal, right as Blewett's lining up to kick it and the place going crazy, to the utter and sheer silence and the devastation that comes with losing a home game. What was that like?
Well, to be honest, our fans traveled well for that game. We had our own little section, and they got loud. So
come on, dude. It was like a couple. Yeah, it was like a couple hundred people going, yeah, but it's not the same.
But I mean, it did get quiet. But I heard our fans loud and proud, really, and so it wasn't as loud as it would have been, clearly. But for it to do go quiet and see the look on the faces, it was cool.
There's pictures of you in the locker room, and you just brought to tears with the emotions of the win. What was it about this game that made you so emotional?
Just because I was kind of proud of myself because late in the game, throughout the season I've been battling with, endurance and conditioning issues. I would get tired still fast because I didn't have much time to prepare for the season. And I just felt a little accomplished for me to have a big run late in the game, fourth quarter with only 5 minutes left. A big touchdown run, and so I just was feeling extra blessed that I had the strength, the energy, the mindset, and that I'm back at playing at such a high level. Playing versus number 2 team in the nation when there was a chance I couldn't play football anymore. So really, just everything hit me.
What would it mean to take the next step? And look, I don't want to get too far, but considering, like you said, all you've been through to play in the NFL, now having accomplished what you've accomplished thus far at Pitt. Have you closed your eyes and thought of that as a possibility?
Yeah, I hope I get opportunity. That's all I really want. That's all my ultimate goal. And if I could, if a team, decides to take a chance on me, I'd just be forever grateful for that, and I give them my all, and it would be really special, like you said, for everything I've been through for me to be able to achieve my dream.